My grandparents both passed away about 1972. This house did sit with that trepidation. We don't want to rent it. We don't want to sell it. It's such a special place.
Dad wanted to keep it together, and so he got a phone call from the Santa Ana School District. They suggested and wondered if we'd like to go out and meet with them for dinner and discuss donating the house to the Santa Ana School District.
There were some teachers that were very passionate about history. We're looking for a historic home for children to be able to visit.
So the coincidence that they needed some sort of a educational building, and my father wanted to donate the house. And then the third thing that was coincidental, serendipitous, my grandfather, Kellogg, he moved his house twice. So cutting a house in half and loading it onto trucks and driving it down the freeway, as foreign as that sounds to most people, he'd done it twice before.
Which we did, and we were glad to do it, and it became a museum. And that's the way this all began. Everything that had any history or any personal relationship to Kellogg's, I just loved it. Items, letters, pictures, blah, blah. And I would just sit and I'd go through the boxes. That experience was so quiet and so beautiful.
Okay, over here. Who can tell me what this is?
The home is used today primarily to teach school-age children. We see almost 20,000 school children a year. They're taking them through all the rooms in the house. In each spot, we talk to them about what life was like. And we're very unique. Most homes, when you go through, they're roped off, and you maybe have a docent that's explaining, you know, this is a square grand piano, and this is a this, and this is a that. No. They get to play our square grand piano. They do play the parlor games. We have Victrolas, which are the original record player. We put that on for them. We have a pump organ.
It is hands-on, like I said before. Everything else, you go into most historic houses, everything's behind ropes. But the fact that the kids can come in here, they dress up in period clothing. Kids actually physically handle the items.
When they're upstairs, they actually dress up in Victorian costumes. When they're in the kitchen, they make butter.
Some of the things that we're learning today are the way that people still do things.
They pass a little container of cream around. We don't tell them what's going to happen, but they keep shaking and shaking, and by the time they're done, they've turned it into butter.
Cracker with butter.
Whoa!
We do have another large home on the property. It's the Mag home. Again, they were a very influential family here in Santa Ana, and that home is not restored.
That one is something that it's going to take quite a bit of money to get that one fixed up. This was a city house, that house was a ranch house. And this shows how the people in the city lived, which is you had your ice delivery, your milk delivery, things of that nature, versus the country. You had to go out there and pick your own fruit, grow your own fruit. You had to go, raise your own meat, your cattle. You had to make your own butter, milk the cow, things of that nature. And just to show the difference between the two and the agricultural aspects of California. Because this place, it's Orange County. It was called Orange County because we had a whole lot of oranges here.
It's so different from modern times. It's like in movies of old times, you see stuff exactly like this, and it's like, is that really how they lived?
Things that children today can't grasp, that everything was so labor intensive. Like if you go into the kitchen, all the items in the kitchen, there's not electric.
You would have washed the clothes, and that would have entailed boiling water on the stove, bringing it out and putting it in a tub, scrubbing the clothes, taking them out of that, putting them through the wringer, piling them up, dumping all that water out, and sometimes it took up to about 7 times to get those clothes cleaned.
And I think one of the reasons that this museum is so special is the kids are coming, they're stepping outside of their classroom environment into the period that we're representing, which is 1898 the Victorian era. And I believe that is what makes this place so special, is that the kids now are living the life as opposed to just being taught about it.
I feel privileged that they chose our house, that our family history is preserved along with turn of the century Orange County.